It's your personal AI assistant. So this is separate from an Aviator Insider product that helps you, solve a service ticket or find some content and search and summarize some documents in a workspace. This is your personal assistant that, regardless of your job role, will help you get work done. If you're working with content, you want to research something, learn something, my Aviator will help you.
Okay, sounds good. All right, let's go right into it then.
So, strangely enough, I'm going to show you core content first of all, though.
Okay.
Because what I want to point out is this new My Aviator icon in the top right. This is going to be appearing in all of our products over the coming quarters, and it allows us from any one of our products to go and launch My Aviator if the customers subscribe to it. So it can be switched on or off by a customer. They have to sign up for it. But any of those users where they've been enabled will get this new pill and they can go and launch My Aviator.
So hold on a second. So go back there. So this is our core content. This is our product today. Shipping it today to our customers. And all we had is we now have another option for clicking on My Aviator on the top right corner. So if you are a customer of core content today, all you have to do is just refresh. We can decide toggle on and off, and boom, you now have a new capability for AI built into core content, which happens to be My Aviator. Okay, sounds great.
So it's a very simple interface. We've really focused on the user experience. So your work is geared around spaces. You group things together based on the job that you're doing and the function you want to try and achieve. So I'm going to go and create a new space, and in this case I'm playing the role of a salesperson who's got a meeting coming up with a customer. We've got an RFP, and I want to do some research. And normally, use a lot of different files in that process. I'm going to grab some files that I've been sent by email and all some other systems. I've got a bunch of things. I've got the RFP, which came from the customer. I'm going to upload these files.
So and right now you are you're in a persona of a salesperson. Okay.
I've got the RFP, which is in a different language. It's actually in French. I've got a meeting invite. I've got a white paper for our software that we think will be relevant. I've got some industry reports about that industry, the insurance industry. So I'm going to use My Aviator to help me kind of understand all of that content and get ready for this meeting.
Yeah, because you don't have hours and hours to prep for it. Right. You want to be able to do it in a short time. So you've taken all that, and now you're going to start doing it. Okay.
So while we've been talking, AI has already come up with a name for this space. It's looked at the documents, it's named it for me. We're trying to remove all the friction. It's also in the background, you'll see this spinning thing. It's transcribing an audio file. So I've got a podcast that a colleague sent me, he thought was relevant. So I haven't had a chance to listen to it. So My Aviator's transcribed that for me into text.
So in addition to text files, there's audio files, which are being transcribed into text, and they're all being mushed together for the search and summarize.
So you can start to ask questions of that audio file already, because it's now in text. So I've got those documents in, and I'm going to go straight away and ask a question about that RFP. So I've not opened the RFP up yet, but I'm going to ask My Aviator just to list the requirements from the RFP. Now, it's in French, but I don't speak French. But My Aviator knows that I speak English, and so it's in my profile. So within a few seconds, My Aviator will come back with the key requirements, the functional ones, the non-functional, the reliability, availability targets they've got for it, the RTO and stuff. So, okay, great, I can see quickly what they're looking for. But what if I want to dig into that and look at one of those specific functional requirements? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select just that one file. Everything's contextual. I choose the RFP, which is in French, and I say translate. And My Aviator is now going to use AI to translate that document into an English version of that document.
And if there was any kind of PII information in that document as well, you could have potentially redacted some of that information too, as part of the
and we can choose to redact the PII as well.
Okay.
So you'll see more and more of these agentic kind of capabilities coming into My Aviator. So that process is happening in the background. So while I wait for that to happen, I'm going to just go and choose all the documents again and ask one more question. Okay, longer question. Can it generate me a report that tells me what I need to do for this meeting? Meeting coming up. I'm asking My Aviator to tell me what talking points we should address, what features of our product specifically I should talk about to address those requirements, and some industry trends I should talk about to show that we understand their industry.
So this is a way for your personal assistant to make you look a lot smarter.
Absolutely.
Without having to do all that work.
I would have had to have read every single one of those documents, cross-reference the white paper with the RFP, copied, pasted, created a new document, and I've got here a summary of all of the features to highlight, features to highlight about power automation to reduce processing time, blah, blah. All that stuff, my Aviator's given me the key.
That's great.
I'll do some more work and prep, obviously, but this is now the structure for our meeting.
And this could apply to literally any other scenario. You might be in field maintenance and you want to pull together a bunch of documents and learn about the manual for what you're repairing, and now you can do that in search and summarize.
You might be in engineering and you want to learn about MCP and the whole new agent-to-agent communication protocols. I can go and grab some stuff off the internet, put it into my Aviator, and learn from it and let it help me.
And is this something, Nick, you showed my Aviator on the top right for the core content. Is it going to be available for all the products that we have? All our products?
All the products.
Awesome.
It'll also be available for private cloud and on-prem at some point as well in the future.
Okay, beautiful.
So I've got that. I'm going to just go and save that. So obviously, sometimes I want clicked it to us. Sometimes you want to come back to these things. You want to converse and stuff. But I've grabbed this and I've saved this so I can come back and copy paste this. I can send it by email and whatever. However, the other thing I want to finally show you is podcast. So I've got this industry analyst report here.
But actually, before you go there, so all the content that's being stored that you are asking questions about is all being stored in core content.
Yes.
So this is an interesting point. If you think about what's happening, what Nick just did, he asked questions for a bunch of documents, and then he summarized all of them and put them together in his workspace, right? Now imagine this workspace times 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 different workspaces that are getting created by one person, in this case, Nick. Now imagine Nick times 1 million users. 1 million users, thousands of workspaces, all of them stored in core content. So what does that become? It becomes a content management system, an information management system. And what is it driven by? It's driven by my Aviator, as an example, where you are using AI as a use case, but then behind the scenes, we're building out this information management system underneath. And that becomes extremely powerful for us, because then we can have a conversation with our customers to tell them, hey, by the way, did you know you already are using these workspaces? And you've created this system, and let's talk about how we can make it much more enterprise scale for you. So, something to think about. This becomes a very interesting Trojan horse in some ways for us to create the information management system for the AI era, right? Okay, now, where do we go next?
So I've got this analyst report. I get a lot of these. I never have time to read them all. So I'm going to take that file and I'm going to generate a podcast from it. So we're going to use AI to generate a script and pull out all the key talking points. And it will generate me an audio podcast that I can then listen to on the go. Now, I wouldn't really listen to that from my laptop.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you.
You're not going to run with your laptop while you're running outside, you think?
I'm going to show you the My Aviator mobile app.
Oh, cool, okay.
So I want to take that podcast and listen to that in the car when I'm driving to the office.
All right.
So I'm going to open up that. It's exactly the same functionality that I've just shown you in a mobile app. I can create spaces, I can upload files. If I'm going to open up this one here, I can chat and converse with the data. But what I want to do is I'm in the car, I'll go to my saved items, I've got the podcast that's been created, and I'm going to click play.
Welcome back to the podcast, folks. Get ready, because today we're pulling back the curtain on the future of the insurance industry.
So this is something that was just put in a document. Now you're able to convert that into a podcast on a mobile app, and while you're running, while you're going for a walk, you're consuming all of that content. And you're becoming smarter while you're doing some activity on mobile.
Yep, so it makes information accessible wherever you are.
Information in new ways.
Yep. And that's the value and power of My Aviator.
Nick, thank you very much.